The Big Ten report.
Same football field at the same time, only one other time. That was in 1989 when Brockton played Walpole for the Division I Eastern Massachusetts High School Championship, or as they call it, the Super Bowl. Collins and Walpole won 6-2. Hartzell watched from the sideline as his Brockton team was stopped on 4th and goal from the 1. So a rematch of sorts on a much bigger scale. Dan Henning in his debut, first play of the game. Hartzell to Greg Grice, and he would do the rest. 74 yards on the play. 7-0 Boston College, and they get off to the good start. Tyrone Wheatley, as you know, injured for this one, offered some moral support. Michigan would be down 12-0 and concerned. Second quarter, his backup, Ed Davis, goes in from the 8 for the score. 12-7, Eagles still ahead. Late second, same score. Todd Collins to Amani Toomer. BC misses a couple of tackles, 46 yards on the play. 14-12 Michigan at the break. Third quarter, same combination. It's Collins to Toomer. He shakes off 2 defenders, doesn't have to, but dives in for the score anyway. 21-12 Michigan. They would roll up 34 straight points. The Wolverines win their 5th straight home opener, 34-21. Toomer 7 catches, a school record 179 yards and 2 scores. 106,000 on hand, the largest crowd to ever watch BC play football. Dan Henning said it was between the continental breakfast and the pregame meal that they decided to go for the score on the first play of the game. It worked, the rest didn't. Penn State at Minnesota. Joe Paterno responding to a late hit Todd Atkins made. That's not the way Penn State plays. Midway first quarter. Penn State on their own 20. Kijana Carter breaks loose for an 80-yard touchdown run, putting the Lions up 14-0. How great is it to have college football highlights? Then 1st and 10 on the Minnesota 26. Kerry Collins, the perfect place. It's Freddie Scott between the numbers for the touchdown, 26 yards, 21-0. Nittany Lions. But the night belonged to Carter. Without his horse, takes it 62 yards for the touchdown. And his new respect trademark, hands the ball to the referee. Carter rushed for 210 yards, 3 touchdowns, and Penn State, they win big. He only played in the first half and first drive of the second half and still put up the 210 yards. Collins, 19-23, had 14 consecutive completions at one point. Chris?
Auburn honored by his alma mater at halftime, and then Curtis Martin looked like Tony Dorsett. Actually, it was Tony Dorsett when he was in college before he went on to the NFL, became a big star. Martin over 250 yards, and he had the touchdown. Texas went to the air. Quarterback Shea Morenz looking for Matt Davis. 15-yard touchdown. Morenz threw for 179 yards. Fourth quarter, though, Texas ahead 30-22. Trying to chew up the clock. Anthony Holmes. Now, this is a tough call. Looked like his knee was down. The officials did not see it that way. They ruled it a fumble. And the Panthers all over that. Hoping to turn it into some points. Sean Fitzgerald for Mark Butler. It closes to within 2 at 30-28, so they need the conversion for the tie. Fitzgerald. Corner of the end zone for Chad Askew, and it's a little too long. Sean Fitzgerald threw for 219 yards at his first start. He's the older brother of Texas tight end Pat Fitzgerald. Curtis Martin running for more yards than any Texas opponent in 101 years of Texas football. Again, 251 yards on 28 carries. David Letterman's alma mater, Ball State at West Virginia. No score in the game. Field goal attempt blocked. Corey Gilliard blocks it. Scott Kruger picks it up. Laterals to Marcellus Davis. He's in for the touchdown, and it's 7-0 Cardinals. Mountaineers with sophomore quarterback Eric Boykin attempting to rally. In only his second game, 20 of 34 for 248 yards. This to Rashawn Vanterpool, who had 10 catches for 115 yards. West Virginia within 1. They missed the 2-point conversion. West Virginia, a chance with 8 seconds left. Freshman kicker Brian Bauman. It's up, it's out, and it's good. That's his first kick as a college football player, and it's a big kick because West Virginia wins it 16-14. Ball State, the defending Mid-American Conference champ, outgained by West Virginia 485 total yards to 163.
There is playing at Kentucky. His number retired. Late fourth quarter, tied at 14. 3rd and goal from the 4. Antonio O'Farrell on the keeper, squirts through, takes it in. The extra point block didn't matter. Kentucky wins 20-14. Tulsa at Mizzou. Larry Smith making his debut as Missouri's head coach. Fourth quarter, Missouri trails by 3. Jeff Handy rolling right, and the throw to Lou Shepard, who dives in for the score. 9-yard touchdown. Wait a second. Or is it? No, call back. Illegal procedure. Tigers couldn't convert. They missed the ensuing field goal to keep it 20-17. Tulsa had one more chance, and Kyle Pooley missed it no good with 21 seconds left. Tulsa coach Dave Rader all fired up, did the chicken there. Tulsa escapes. Georgia visiting South Carolina. Steve Tannehill does a great job on the scramble. Tannehill keep faking the pumps, and dives in for the score to tie it at 14. But Tannehill was blown away by Eric Zier. From the shotgun, finds Hassan Graham along the left sideline, beats the coverage. He's gone. 63-yard score. They go on to win at 24-21. Zier with a great debut for his senior season.
Charlie who? The defending national champion Florida State Seminoles didn't miss Heisman Trophy winner Charlie Ward one bit in their opener against Virginia. Quarterback Danny Cannell stepped right in and threw for 330 yards and 4 touchdowns, including his beautiful touch pass to Billy Glenn. The second-ranked Noles win at 41-17, despite playing without suspended star linebacker Derek Brooks and 6 other players. In Ann Arbor, number 5 Michigan trailed Boston College 12-0 in the second quarter before scoring 3 unanswered touchdowns. 2 of them on Todd Collins to Amani Toomer connections. Michigan wins 34-26, spoiling Dan Henning's debut as a college coach. At the Swamp, Florida quarterback Terry Dean fired an SEC record 7 touchdown passes against New Mexico State. All of them were in the first half. 4 of them were to Jack Jackson. The Gators' big winner, 70-21. There's the FSU winning score. Notre Dame handling Northwestern at Soldier Field. Sophomore quarterback Ron Paulus with 4 touchdown passes. BC falls to Michigan. Miami waxes Georgia Southern for its NCAA record 58th straight home win. Colorado with a rude welcome to Northeast Louisiana to Division I football. Rashaan Salam rushed for 184 yards and 3 touchdowns. It was Penn State all over Minnesota. Kajana Carter with 210 yards and 3 touchdowns. Bama pounds UTC. Sherman Williams 153 yards and 2 touchdowns. UCLA beat Tennessee in that Pac-10 SEC battle. Number 13, Oklahoma held off upset-minded Syracuse. Southern Cal tops Washington on 2 second-half touchdowns by Sean Walters. UNC beats TCU. Texas and Virginia Tech were winners. Clemson stops Furman and Eric Zier with 3 touchdown passes as Georgia beats South Carolina. Well, a reversal of 4.
Door neighbors in the poll. Number 13 Tennessee taking on 14th-ranked UCLA, with the Volunteers starting the post-Schuler era with 5th-year senior Jerry Colquitt, the new quarterback, taking the Vols on the road and taking it upfield against the Bruins. The option, and he gets slammed. And this is bad news indeed. Torn ACL, he's lost for the season. UCLA had no problems at quarterback. Wayne Cook, play action deep to Kevin Jordan. While they were concentrating on J.J. Stokes, Jordan burns him for a 52-yard strike. Now to the 4th, 18-0.
We'll give it on a reverse.
And the reverse to Nilo Sylvan. And he cuts back. Great block to set him up there. He got close to the goal line. Tennessee went in. They get it down to 18-16. Stokes left the game with a bruised knee. Now expected to be a serious injury after catching 6 passes, but just trying to hold on to the football. Suddenly, Darren Washington busts loose. Ball control indeed. A 30-yard strike to put it away, and UCLA overcomes another late score by Tennessee and wins it 25-23. The Vols are now 1-6-1 in games on the West Coast, losing their first season opener since '88. Helton filling in for Colquitt hit half of his 28 passes for 165 yards. Freshman Brandon Stewart then went 2 for 5. Recruiting coup Peyton Manning, Archie's son, has yet to play at quarterback for the Vols. In L.A., the Trojans hosting Washington, the Coliseum's first game since the January quake, and rumbling up the turf. Sean Walters got in, tied at 17. Great ground games for both these teams. Midway through the 4th, 3rd and 5 of the Huskies into his own end zone. Damon Heward wants it all. Deep drop, the toss, but he's picked off by John Herpin. Herpin had 2 picks on the day. USC looking to drive and break that tie. They get down to the 3, and it's Walters up the gut and in. 26 carries. He was a workhorse. 91 yards, scored twice. USC pulls it out 24-17. The last time USC opened with a conference game, O.J. Simpson made his debut. A 49-0 blowout of Washington State. The Trojans went on that year to win the national title. They are the nation's second toughest schedule. 5 bowl teams, including next Saturday on the road. At Florida, in Gainesville, the nation's #1 first ever meeting with New Mexico State. Terry Dean had a huge day for the Gators, a record setter. Here to Ike Hillard, it's a 6-yard touchdown strike. He's just getting started. New Mexico State actually came back and tied it, but Dean was just getting going. Jack Jackson, a 13-yard TD. A 9-play, 71-yard drive, and Dean is on a roll. 42-14 at this point. Second and goal from the 3. His 4th TD pass. An SEC record, 7 TDs in the half. Gators go on to annihilate New Mexico State, 70-21. The only other quarterback to throw 7 TD passes in the half, Dennis Shaw of San Diego State in 1969 against New Mexico State. Next week, the Aggies try their luck at Sports Illustrated #1, Arizona.